Hey there, guys. It is MaddieJK, and this is no joke. And oh wow, a lot of you joined the channel since my last video. Hi, how are ya? So I want to apologize first and foremost for the fact that A, this is not scripted whatsoever, and B, the video that you're currently watching, it was actually supposed to be for another story time I've been working on, but there's this huge block in the upper corner, and that's because by accident, when I was doing the screen recording, I accidentally recorded my own face. So please enjoy this picture that I'm totally covering my face with in the corner because, yeah, I don't look nice. I don't normally try to dress up when I draw, so yeah, I thought I would save your eyes. So again, this is not scripted because I kind of decided last second that I was going to use this video instead to kind of do an update to my prior storytime video. Now, the story time I did last, if you aren't aware, is a video where I talked about fandoms and why I'm no longer associated with any. And basically, TLDR, I got very much attacked by a Tumblr user for my OC I created when I was literally 13 years old, and it just put a long story short, it just put a really sour taste in my mouth. I didn't want to be associated with any of that, and I just decided that I was just going to focus on my own stuff. So, yeah. So, I'm trying to remember. I honestly, I can't pull up anything at the moment. I don't honestly remember when I posted that video. I know it was last year. But, this year, the update is that I got a message on DeviantArt. And again, totally unscripted. I wasn't planning on like sharing this, but I thought that, you know, I should because it does show that a lot of things can happen behind the scenes that you are not aware of. And just for some backstory, a little extra backstory, I was 16 when this all happened with this Tumblr user. I am now 22. I'm sorry, even looking at this, I'm like so perplexed. So, in the beginning of this month, I woke up and I saw that I had a note on DA, and I looked at the name of it and it said, "You don't know me, but I owe you an apology." And I was very perplexed. And upon reading it like 5 times, I was shocked to come to find that everything that I talked about in my last video, the whole Tumblr situation happened because of a situation I never knew about. So, turns out back when this happened, there was a person, again, I'm not going to share any of their information. I'm not even going to read the note. I'm going to paraphrase basically. Back in 2013, 2012, I don't remember. Again, it's been a while. This person who is the same age as me found me on DeviantArt and apparently was very jealous of me. Their words, not mine. I'm not trying to boost my ego. They literally told me this. And that they were very jealous of my abilities. And they know now that it was because of the fact that at the time when I was 16, I think I'd been drawing for about 4 years. And they had only been drawing for 1. Therefore, they just had more experience. I had more experience. Words. But at the time, they just got horribly jealous of me and got angry at me and just hated me because of it, even though they'd never spoken to me, never left a comment on any of my pictures, never interacted with me at all. Like, I went back and I looked at this person, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt, I have no idea who this person is. I have never seen their artwork. They were just a lurker in the Bleach fandom at that point, to the best of my knowledge. And so, yeah, so they were very jealous of me. They were mad at me for just being good at art. And I look at my stuff back then and I'm like, okay, it was okay, but I mean, it wasn't the greatest. But so in their anger, they were the ones that sent the Tumblr user after me. They were the one that caused all of this. And they said that, they even said, and this is an actual quote, they said, "It wasn't because you were a bad writer or designer or artist or any of the other excuses I told myself at the time. It was because I was jealous of you." Okay, so this is me being very raw right now. So, first off, it was probably a very good decision on their part to not tell me for 6 years that they had done this, because I can only imagine how angry I would have been at 17 or even a few months afterwards, knowing what the actual reasoning. Because, I mean, not gonna lie, I just thought that, maybe the person that it reviewed me, I thought they had just found me on DeviantArt or something. I never even thought that someone had actively sent this person my stuff and said, "They suck, go at them." And I mean, and especially for the reasoning that this girl admitted to. Well, girl, I don't know actually if they're a girl now that I think about it. But it just, and I mean, I think it's just because it's been so long. I wasn't angry or anything. I was stunned. First of all, because I was not expecting ever to get an apology from anyone regarding the Mary Sue Tumblr thing, for Mariah or anything like that. So just get that just randomly one morning was very surprising to me. But it just, I guess it's just because I can never imagine myself doing. I can't put myself in the mindset of someone that would do this, especially someone that's like, and I get it, like, oh, we were just kids. But like, you have to understand. Like, for me, it just completely throws me off, because like, art is my life. Art is my livelihood. I'm in school to be an animator. I now do commissions most of the time. Art is me. I am art, and my characters are everything to me. And just to know that I might have up altogether solely because of one girl being petty and just being upset at herself. Or, sorry, again, I don't know what their gender is. I'm just going with her pronouns. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Them, I don't know. But just to know someone went to that length for against someone who had never done anything. Like, I didn't do anything to this person. I didn't do anything wrong. And I never knew they existed. And yet they did this. It just boggles my mind. And yeah, so that's the update. I discovered that it all happened because some 16-year-old got petty and just wanted to ruin my art career, which it just, I can't even, I can't even imagine doing that to somebody. Because, like, I'm sorry, I'm like rambling. This is very much a rambling. If you don't like rambling, I'm very sorry. But I never, when I was 16, thought to myself, oh my god, that artist is amazing. I should ruin their lives. Or I should get them attacked by somebody. And don't get me wrong, I don't think this person expected me to get the complete decimation that I ended up getting. But then again, of course, this person never went into detail about just how they sent this person after me. They just did it, and I guess it's just not in. I just can't understand the mindset, and I'm just so perplexed, and I guess. And I guess probably a lot of you are probably wondering, why are you telling us this? I think I just want to reiterate the things I said at the end of that video. And that being, no one can just tell you you suck and you should just stop and just crawl into a hole and just deteriorate. Like, no. And especially now knowing what I do now, I think an even more important message that I want to tell to especially young artists is comparing yourself. There's a difference between comparing to want to get to that level and comparing to make yourself feel worthless. And the person, apparently in my situation, my art, my level of skill made them feel worthless because they weren't at the same caliber as me. And everyone is different. Everyone learns at their own pace. Everyone has their own abilities. And you shouldn't go looking for comparison just to make yourself feel bad. Because, I mean, that artist that you're probably looking at probably has worked so much longer than you. And actually, in my class right now, we actually recently talked about how artists, or even really in any situation, someone is probably better at you than something because they failed at it more than you have. And the reason why you're not at that level is because you just haven't failed as much. And at that point, I had failed more than she had. I had gone through so many different style changes. I'm trying to think. I went through a phase like right before I got to the point where my style kind of got to the concrete point it is now, where you can look at my stuff when I was 16, you go, oh yeah, that's young Maddie stuff. Right before that, I had my style was very long faces with really pointy chins, and like all of the face like components were like really squeezed in. So I failed. I had to fail and realize that was not working, and then I decided, hey, how about you like round the face more, and you expand out the features, and you maybe make the chin less deadly. I mean, don't get me wrong, my guys today, my friends love to tell me my guys have crimson chins, but long story short, again, I'm rambling, very much rambling, again, not scripted. Don't think for a second that you are less than anyone else solely because you aren't at the same skill level. Even if you're the same age, there's probably hundreds of different factors as to why something, your work is not as great as someone else's work. And you know what? If you find an artist that is better than you, or in your mind is better than you, and you look up to and you think that, wow, they're really good, send them a message, ask them questions. Most artists will be definitely willing to give you advice or like give you a critique of a certain piece or give you tips. Like, if this person had messaged me and said, wow, I really like your stuff, can you give me some tips? I would have totally helped them. I would have totally given them some tips about, you know, like the types of reference, how I use references, or how I like use paint tools, because at the time I was using paint tool SI, how my favorite types of brushes and paint tool SI, anything. I would have helped. But instead, you know, they did whatever they did. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for critique. Don't be afraid to ask for opinions. And know that no one wants you to fail. No one wants you to fail. These artists who are more advanced don't look down on you because you're less skilled. They just know that you're still getting there. And I never want a young artist to feel like they are lesser just because of their skill level. That we've all been there. We've all had our point chin blade phase. You know, we've all had to grow, and we're all continuing to grow. I mean, again, I went through a thing just last year where I discovered that my necks were super thick for my men, and no one pointed it out to me until like literally a few months ago. So I just gotta say, I love I love all y'all. You guys are all so talented your own way, and take my experience, take what I've now learned from that experience, and just know that you should be spreading love, you should be spreading help and guidance to young artists. And those young artists who might be listening to this, you are learning, you are improving, and don't think that you're lesser just because you're just not there yet. You're gonna get there. It's gonna happen for you if you just stick with it. And I'm rooting for you. So, that's the end of my spiel. I want to thank all y'all for listening to my video. Don't be afraid to message me if you do have any comments, but please don't overload me. I'm in college still. I want to try to get some more videos out soon. So be looking for that. Again, thanks to all of y'all who have subscribed to me recently. I really appreciate it. Also, update, my webcomic, Del Rio, will be, starting on Valentine's Day on Webtoon. So, I'll be probably putting links to that on DeviantArt and Twitter and all that stuff. All of my social media will be on there. And I might start a Patreon. I don't know. So yeah, just be looking for some stuff from me. And I'm always active on Instagram, DeviantArt. I'm getting better at Twitter again. So yeah, this is MaddieJK, and I love y'all, and just know you're all great. Bye!